Live from the BBC, Trump says Jimmy Kimmel should have been suspended a long time ago. Well, yeah, we've saved the TV company a lot of money, haven't we? Because he shouldn't have had a show a long time ago. Nobody's watching it. They were probably just looking for any excuse to bin the silly bastard. Obviously, I'm going to talk about Trump's trip to the UK because it's been good. Nice to see him getting some plaudits back in the UK, and the BBC doing what they usually do, which is continuing to minimise the pro-Patriots rally numbers, but maximise the protest to Trump numbers. There looked to be about 80 people in the park there, and they said there was 5,000 anti-Trump protesters on the ground. No, there was 70 morbidly obese women with a load of metal in the face, and some daft old socialist with a whippet. Regarding this story, though, it's worth talking about because Jimmy Kimmel is a detestable human being. I think I addressed it with a video a couple of years ago when he famously said this about people who contracted COVID.
Hospitals get any more overcrowded, they're going to have to make some very tough choices about who gets an ICU bed. That choice doesn't seem so tough to me. Vaccinated person having a heart attack? Yes, come right on in. We'll take care of you. Unvaccinated guy who gobbled horse goo? Rest in peace, Wheezy.
What a wanker. I mean, it's also criminally unfunny. Gobbling horse goo. This is a drug that about 1 billion people have taken at this point. Just factually wrong, criminally unfunny. And again, if someone on the right made a joke like that about hundreds of thousands of people dying, the hypocritical wankers would make mountains out of molehills and about 200,000 people would get sacked. So I think it's fine that finally this walking scrotum's been nailed to the wall. What did he actually say, you might wonder? Well, this is why it's funny and worth talking about, because the level of delusions that these people can somehow cling to genuinely staggers me. That every single thing they say is mentally ill. It's crazy. I was thinking about it this morning, actually, when I saw a clip of Liam Gallagher at the Mexico leg of the concert tour for Oasis, and he walked out on the stage, well, like that, in a big, daft, colourful sombrero, and everyone loved it. 65,000 people started cheering. So this whole thing that they always say about cultural appropriation, turns out, that this may shock you, turns out it's absolute, total bollocks. And the only people who care about this type of thing are radical left-wing activists like Keir Starmer. Ha! Gay! Who've got nothing to do with Mexico or Mexicans. This type of stuff's just, it's mind-meltingly ludicrous that they've got such power when the 99% despise them and know that everything they say is an outright fiction. Anyway, went off on a tangent there. Here's what he said about Charlie Kirk and the shooter. And honestly, hang on to your hats, because it's one of the dumbest things you've ever heard in your life.
He had some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half staff, which got some criticism. But
why would it get some criticism? Flying the flags at half staff. In fact, I won't even start on that because that's just deranged. You've just heard him there say the MAGA gang were desperately trying to convince people that the kid who murdered Charlie Kirk was anything other than one of them, okay? That is possibly the dumbest thing I've ever heard anyone say in a public place. Why would, in fact, has any assassin in world history ever killed someone because they agree with everything they say? Jimmy, find me one. Like he was sat on the roof with his bolt action rifle going, I can't wait to shoot this guy who I agree with on everything all of the time. Yeah, I love him. He's one of my political heroes. We agree on everything. So I'm going to shoot him in the throat in front of his wife and kids. That makes loads of sense, Jimmy. A bloke that thick surely needs a hand to get dressed in the morning. He's got Velcro shoes on with his tuxedo. To call him a village idiot is an insult to the local lumbering simpleton in a small village near you. The bloke is an absolute twat. So enough of that. Let's see what else has gone on. A Democratic lawmaker Baker says he's launching an investigation into ABC. Oh yeah, because the TV channels aren't allowed to take people's show off the air if they tell lies for the left. You can't do that. It's against the law. Weird that, because they all spent a lot of time defending Sportsnet when they fired Don Cherry for being a little bit politically incorrect. And they loved it when Roseanne Barr's show got cancelled, even though it was wildly popular and millions of people watched it. And they've said nothing about J.K. Rowling getting 10,000 death threats and getting cancelled, or Tucker Carlson, or Megyn Kelly, or any of the other dozens of people who've been fired for saying reasonable, logical thing that woke sociopaths don't agree with. So it's a little bit hypocritical, isn't it? And despite the fact that public regulators come out and said he was blatantly, brazenly lying, saying the dumbest shit ever, you've even got Barry Albaza flapping his lips. This is a new and dangerous level of cancel culture. So let's just sum up, shall we? I'm sick of talking about this drivel. This is going to be one of those very rare occasions when professional oxygen thief and walking Portaloo, Piers Morgan, actually says something true, which is, yes, Jimmy Kimmel brazenly lied on purpose with one of the dumbest and most self-evidently wrong lies in human history, that a political assassin murdered someone because he agreed with everything he said. Preposterous on the face of it. So wind your neck in, Barry. Also, it's staggeringly hypocritical because, as we all know, there's been hundreds, nay, thousands of occasions when people that are normal, centrist, centre-left, right-wing people got cancelled, fired, jailed, yes, in the UK, jailed, for saying reasonable things, but all of a sudden, one professional liar from the chattering classes who nobody likes or listens to gets fired from his dog shit TV show because nobody watches it. And apparently, the former president of the United States has got to open his mouth and gob off about cancel culture. If they didn't have double standards, these dipshits, they wouldn't have any standards at all. It's laugh out loud funny how hypocritical they are and how often they lie. And I love the fact they do it openly and loudly in public for the entire world to see. It's unbelievable. These people have got the self-awareness of a goldfish in a hijab, and it's brilliant. So thanks for that, Barry. Well done, mate. Making yourself look like a premium grade A, 5-star, high-end knob jockey is a wonderful thing to see. So thanks for that, lads. Love it. Other than that, Trumpy's trip seems to be going great. All of the hypocritical liars in Parliament were lining up to suck him off, despite the fact they've been talking bollocks about him for the last 10 years. It's fantastic to see. We know who wears the trousers, and it definitely isn't the androgynous android in Downing Street. All right, that's going to have to do you for the day, ladies and gents. I'll see you all tomorrow. Toodle pip. Cheers.